And joining me now on 5 Night of the Fan, KFNS, KFNS.com, and InsideSTL.com is a man that you see every week. You saw episode 1 last night, and the final 2 hours, Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, a Kardashian event. Tonight, 8 o'clock St. Louis time on E, we are talking about the father of the bride, Bruce Jenner. Bruce, how are you?
I'm doing great. I got her down the aisle.
You did, and
it's all I had to do.
That's all they ever have you do, don't you?
I know. That's exactly right. You know how it works, you know? I told my wife when the wedding was going to happen, and I hear the intercom in the house go, "Rouse, get down to the office." Okay, so I go down to the office, and I said, yeah, well, what do you want? She goes, "Okay, I'm doing this wedding, and you cannot say a word to anybody. You know, I got the television show we're going to do with this. You know, like we sold the rights to the wedding dress to People Magazine. I'm this and that. And you cannot say a word to anybody. If you do, I'll kill you." And so I said, "Okay, honey, this is how we work this thing." I said, you tell me the date and where I'm supposed to stand. And after that, I don't want to know a thing. And that's pretty much the way I did it.
And I'm sure they were happy with that, too.
Yeah. I didn't have any input, didn't want to know. I went to the golf course when they're doing all this stuff, and it was just wonderful. And I showed up on time, I hit my marks, and I got it done.
So you got the planning, the romance, and as always, with the Kardashians, you got the drama. We saw a little bit of that last night.
Yeah.
Khloe, not too happy with Chris and wanted to make that known.
No. It's going to be interesting to see how tonight's show go. I don't watch the shows. My wife's the executive producer, and, you know, I got all these people. I figure I got so many friends of mine, and my wife and friends that all work on this show, because the crew and the editors and this and that are like our best friends. I mean, we've been with them through 107 episodes now. And so I always feel like they're going to protect me, so I don't need to see those things. So last night was actually when I first saw it, when it comes on TV. I like to do it that way. I like to be surprised. And, yeah, I mean, it was pretty interesting. I didn't even know half the stuff was going on. See, I was on the golf course when a lot of that was happening, so staying away. But, yeah, a lot of drama.
After watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, if I were, you know, you're doing the right thing. Just stay on the golf course.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, my kids I've had many different definitions of success, but this is probably one of my better ones now, because nothing better in life than watching your kids do well. Okay? I mean, that's what parents grow up, raising their kids, hoping their kids are going to make it. My kids have done extraordinarily well. Now, only one thing better, and that's watch them out-earn you. And then you go, oh, my God, I really did well here. Okay? The kids are out-earning you, and your wife gets 10%, and I go to the golf course. Is that a life or what?
I want your life. You got an attractive wife, you got great kids, and they're making all this money, and you just get to play golf.
And I got to go play golf. This is perfect. I've worked for the last it's been 35 years since I won the games.
Wow.
Isn't that scary? So I've been working my butt off. But anyway, I like to think of myself as kind of semi-retired. I still like working. I still like doing things. Like tomorrow, I'm in Kent State giving a speech. And still enjoy, you know, the associates I have with some companies and this and that. But, you know, I don't want to work like these kids. These kids are working like I was when I was in my, you know, late 20s, early 30s. The reason they are so successful is, one, is they're really smart girls. They are entrepreneurial, they are businesswomen, and enormous work ethic. I mean, these girls work 7 days a week, every day, got a million ideas, and they're getting it done. And I'm just extraordinarily proud of them.
Bruce Jenner joining us on 5 Night of the Fan, KFNS and KFNS.com, as well as InsideSTL.com. Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, a Kardashian event. Episode 1 last night and the 2-hour final tonight on E, 8 o'clock St. Louis time. Looking forward to it. I see some of the things that happens to you on the show. You're like the dad in the show that just stay away from us, Dad. You don't know what you're talking about. We'll get it done. But love and loyalty is very important to the Kardashian clan. Did you have any pointers for Chris before the wedding?
I did. See, we have a new guy coming into the mix, and we have a very unique family. First of all, it's a very strong, tight-knit, loving family. Okay, that's the bottom line. But also, we have very strong people, particularly the girls. Very strong individuals, okay, who are opinionated. They may love each other, but they certainly can go right after each other, you know. But the bottom line is everybody loves each other, and you have these very strong women who I've realized, to be honest with you, just get out of their way. I mean, these girls are going to be just fine. And I think Chris has to learn that. You know, he comes from macho basketball and this and that and on and on and on. And, you know, it'll be a growing process where he's going to have to let go, you know. Just let yourself go. And, you know, like last night with the wedding, the first night of the wedding, get out of their way. And these girls are very good at what they do, and they know exactly what they're doing. And it's going to be absolutely wonderful and over the top. Let them do their thing. And I think in any relationship, you know, like Chris and I, when we first got married, you know, the two individuals, how does this relationship blend? How do you make it work for both of you? That's always a challenge.
Now, you've got 10 kids, obviously, Kim, Chloe,
Yep.
Courtney, and Rob are stepchildren,
Right.
but you have 6 of your own. And
By the way, Rob, everybody needs to vote for Rob tonight. He's
Yes.
doing the Paso Doble.
He's doing well. He's doing well. He's got a shot.
He is. I'm so proud of him.
He is, and I know that when he's done, Kim will tweet that she's crying. She's so happy for him.
I know. It'll be great. And I didn't think he would. I was so. I've never seen him dance one step in his entire life. Not at a club. Never been on a dance floor. His mother kind of told him he's going to do this.
And he's doing well. So your wife knows.
Started slow and scared to death, and then all of a sudden now he's getting into it. Now he's calling me 2 or 3 times a week saying, "Oh, you can't believe how my Paso Doble is going. I want the boys to come." So we're going to have boys' night out tonight. So I got Bert. Unfortunately, Brody's out of town, but I got Bert, Brandon, and a bunch of the other guys that we all go like motorcycling with and go play golf with. Tonight, it's boys' night out at ballroom dancing.
Wow.
Can't say that very often.
Hopefully you're filming that.
We should be, but we're not.
Maybe
So,
you'll get your own spinoff.
yeah, that's exactly right.
Bruce and ballroom dancing.
Yeah, men's ballroom dancing. It'll be great.
My question, referring to the kids, obviously with Kim
Right.
and Chloe and Courtney and Rob, and they're very famous people. As a father, now obviously now Kim is married and you got the other ones married, but how protective are you and how leery are you when they are dating for the first time or they're involved with somebody that, hey, is it the right person or are they after him because they're Kardashians?
Well, the girls are. I can give my and not advice. I like to think of it as advice. I can give my opinion, my thoughts to the girls, and see what happens. But I kind of throw it out there. And you think a lot of times the kids don't listen, but they do listen. You know, they really do. My concern is not the older girls. I have 2 other girls you'll see on the show off and on, Kendall and Kylie, who's, 15, turning 16, next month, and the other one's 14. Those are my bigger concerns. That's where I spend my time. They are on this very popular television show. They do work. They're making very good money, at 14, 15 years old. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it all goes into a trust fund, so when they get older, they'll have something here. And they like doing it, and they've been in the public eye. My concern is them growing up in this.
Yeah.
More than the adults who, can handle it. So that's where my concerns are with Kendall and Kai. And I watch them like a hawk, and I give them, fatherly advice all the time.
And you have to be happy, too, that as the father of the bride, although the wedding cost $20 million, it cost you guys nothing. And you made almost $18 million on the weddings.
Oh, I wish we did make that much, but, yeah. I have no... my wife never tells me any of that stuff. I was just trying to sneak $500 out of her wallet before I left because I wanted to buy heli parts because my poor little heli broke the other day, my little RC heli.
Yeah.
So that's about all I know. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's got to be amazing,
It doesn't
too.
get down. It doesn't filter down to me.
All right, now, let's be honest, though. Let's be honest here. And we're just going by figures that you hear, and I don't know how much of it is true. But, look, you win the gold medal in 76. You're an instant celebrity. You're going out and speaking, doing speaking engagements in the Wheaties box, and you're making some good money. Right. You started a couple of businesses. There's reports that every time that Kim tweets a product, it's like $10,000 or $20,000.
Well,
that's serious. That's serious coin.
Between the family, Courtney, Kimberly, Chloe, my wife, Chris, my girls, my little girls, we have well over 15 million followers.
Yeah.
And also tweeting is a business. That's all I'll say.
It is. Yeah. I have no problem with them because I've always
more
said...
more power to them.
As I say the same thing. When people say, well, what have the Kardashians ever done? I said, well, it's not how they became famous. It's what they're doing now. And trust me, they're very, very smart businesswomen and smart businessmen.
Yeah. No, they are. And they're extraordinarily hardworking. People don't realize. They think, this just happens. No, they are very strong businesswoman. You know, being a celebrity is a business. And having a show on the air, reality, sitcom, whatever it is, having a show on the air gives you an opportunity to see what you can do with that. You know, that little bit of fame that you get. And my girls have taken that, you know, doing a reality show and created a business around there. Now, there's a lot of people that go out there and, you know, are on a television show, and they do the television show, when it's over with, you never hear from them again.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything left. My girls are building businesses. You know, I mean, from down to Shoe Dazzle, which is, Kimberly Shoe Company, which they started from scratch with Bob Shapiro, the two of them sitting down there. Let's start this shoe company. You know, I would say in the next year or two, it could be maybe the largest shoe company in the world. You know, all shoes $39.95 for women, fashionable shoes. They're just opening up the Soviet, Russia. Are you kidding me? You're opening up Russia? I love it. You know. And they're smart businesswomen. They love the fashion world, and they've really, you know, stuck with that, with their QVC line, with the Sears deal, all that kind of stuff. I mean, these are really hard-working, smart women.
And before I let you go, too, one thing you have to be proud of is that I had a chance to meet Kim in St. Louis. She came to open a nightclub here, and maybe one of the sweetest, nicest people I've ever met.
Oh, yeah, she is. She's the best to everybody. And it always amazes me when I'm around her. Like, I try to stay, you know, not too close when you're out in public, because all the paparazzis are taking pictures of this and that. And I'm going, you know, I just, like, sneak off to the side. I don't need that. But Kim can be right in the middle of all of this, and she's sweet and nice and saying hi to everybody and, you know, hi, this and that. I'm going, God, that you know, I mean, but she realizes that's business. I mean, that's what she does, and she knows how to play the game. Taught very well by her mother, by the way.
Before we let you go, can you give us any hints? Can you drop any hints on tonight's show?
You know what? I wish I could, but I purposely don't watch the shows at all. I get all this. My wife's the executive producer. She's looking at this. I think everybody's looking out for me. It's not going to make any difference. And to be honest with you, I like watching the shows when they come on the air. I like watching them cold for the first time like anybody else. And honestly, like last night's show, all this happened? I had no idea. This is all going on behind my back. I'll give you the big surprise. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
She does get married.
Does she? It does go through.
Yeah, she actually gets married. Yeah.
Well, good, because I thought all those reports could have been false.
Yeah,
so.
It could have been wrong. You know, it could have been. She just could have had the dress.
Kim,
you know, I mean, and you know, so no, she actually did get married.
Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, a Kardashian event tonight. Episode 2 tonight. 2 hours, St. Louis. 8 o'clock St. Louis time on E! Look forward to it. She does get married, and I hear that we may get some behind the scenes of the wedding and the reception afterwards, which was star-studded. Thanks as always. Always enjoy talking to you. We look forward to episode 2 tonight at 8 o'clock St. Louis time.